What's going on in here? Bob's looking intently at something. What's going on in here?
I'm making space for the
Thingamajiggers?
sleeves right here, see?
Sleeves.
See these little
That's
sleeves?
a nice sleeve you got there.
No, sleeves, right here, Michelle. These sleeves I'm making.
Okay. Grumpy boy.
Well, I mean...
Oh, they look like little rings.
Okay, so in the guitar there's a 3/4 inch post like this, but that's 3/4 inches long. And that's hammered down to about that deep. So there's a hole in there like this one. That's just a slug, okay? And then these sleeves then get put there and tapped down to level with the body. Oh. So you have a very small, nice, neat looking, and these are stainless, these sleeves, nice and very neat looking. The ball end comes right to the top of the body, and that goes right down. You just tap that down.
Well, you don't want to tap that one down. You never get it out.
Well, I could get it out, but I mean, there's no need to. But not to lose my train of thought. What was I talking about?
Making those sleeves?
Well, obviously, but so it's really just cosmetic. But more than that, it does help when you pull the string through. This would just be a painted hole. You know what I mean?
Might.
And the ball, the ball will hit the paint there and chip it up, but not with this sleeve in there. And with the sleeve in there, by the time when you look down in the hole and you see...
So you don't want to have relic marks.
Let me finish what I'm saying. When you look down in the hole and you see this and this,
wait, I'll make it.
It looks like the whole thing is a one-piece ferrule, you know?
Okay.
But it's really, this is the ferrule, but not this long. This is for something else. It's 3/4 of an inch. And then this. It's pretty cool. But you want to see me make one? It's tough because it's made out of stainless, okay? Without this, I wouldn't be able to do it. I mean, I could cut aluminum tubing with my tiny little miniature little tubing cutters, but no chance of cutting this shit. It's very stout. You got to be careful with this stuff because you don't want too much of anything on it at one time. You don't want to take this down too tight. The first thing I'm going to do is I already cut that off, so it's pretty square, right? But I'm just going to make sure.
Give it a little shave.
Yeah, just hang with me. Don't try this at home, okay? Unless you know what you're doing. If that thing goes into that chuck, you got a big freaking problem. It'll be sticking through your head somewhere, you know? That's a lot faster than changing bits for that for what I need. Now, the next step would be to remove this and then take this. Might want to bring the camera over here.
I am. I just did that.
Unless you can get a close-up from there. I'll keep my hand back.
I'm not walking all over here. I can get it.
This is a cutoff. Okay. And I'm going to just skate this on this stone. A little oil on it. Stainless is a bitch. So
you're wet stoning it?
Yeah, so I give that just a fresh, sharp edge.
So that's going to be the top.
Top of what?
Of the... Oh, that's for your tool.
That's a cutoff tool, Michelle. Okay, now you go back over there. Watch yourself. There's all kinds of dangerous things in here.
Garage door's the least of them.
I would say that's true. Okay, now, these things are 110
Thanks for shining that light in my eye.
Sorry. These things are
1
110
billion
long.
lumens.
It takes a long time to make one of these stupid little sleeves, I'm telling you. Everything about these guitars is a long time.
It's an intelligent little sleeve. It's a smart sleeve. Like a smart car. Like a smart meter.
I'll leave myself a couple of thousands for the
Smart.
cleanup. Well, 2,000s, right? How does a machinist know there's 2,000s without measuring it? They have a feel for it, right? Now, this isn't fun because it's a sleeve. If it was a solid piece, it'd be easier, but it's not.
That little line for me.
Yeah, it's starting to bite. We'll see. Don't disturb me while I'm doing this. It has a metal. It has a sleeve. It's rolled and seamed. So that seam, until you start cutting into it, you gotta go very, very slow.
It's welded.
And it will never cut all the way through.
I'm squinting. I'm afraid it's going to.
I may find out why.
Oh, there it went.
Okay.
That little devil went.
I'll find it, but you gotta watch for. You gotta bear with me because I don't want to mess up my whole system because this is when I do this.
Oh, now you take the little scrapies off.
Because that's going to be for the next piece. But what I'm going to do is remove it for now. And this.
Zoom out.
And now I got to find it. And there it is. Cookie tray. Is that what you call this?
It's actually a jelly roll tray, but you are correct. You can make cookies on it too. I donated that to the cause.
No, this is the tricky part. And I'm not going to use all kinds of fancy gauges and dials because I'm not making a part to the space shuttle. Okay. So if that spins fairly
No
straight.
O-rings here.
Okay, look, well, that's without any gauges. This is a pretty good chuck. Look at that.
Let me get
How
closer.
straight that is?
Looks pretty darn good.
It is pretty darn good.
I'm zeroed in on it.
You are?
I'm going to lean it against here to try to.
I'm going to zip that right off, real close to the chuck. Maybe too close. Talk about close, huh?
I'm holding my breath. Well, sort of.
Okay. Now, this is all just to make one of these sleeves
And you got to have 6 of them.
for every guitar. So, you figure. Okay. Now we're going to come over here. I'm going to take this rough side that I cut off.
Oh, am I on the wrong side, of course?
Put some 220 in my hands.
I can't see anything.
Because this side's going down. Go over there. This side's going down and into the body. So, of course, I'll take a small file and get that hole clean and deburr that hole before this goes in there. Okay? All right, that's good. Now, 400, because this side here, which came right off.
Hold it still for a second. Let me get in on there. There it is.
That side that came right off the machine is pretty clean, okay? And I don't want these all shiny. They go in before I buff the guitar, after it's wet sanded, and before it's buffed, its final buff. So what I want is that right there. I want 400.
I gotta find the thing. There it is.
I want 400, no more, no less. Okay. Now, problem solving. The edge that got cut off, the edge going down on the guitar has a very sharp burr on it. And I got to get that off, okay? But there's no way on a lathe like this. So
I'm gonna come around the other side.
So I'm sticking that on this piece of wood. Okay. So it's pretty straight, right? Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. You got to do what you got to do, right?
I had a feeling you were going to end up with a stick at some point in this train.
Well, a stick is a good thing in a lot of things. All right, now check it out. Where's my piece of folded 220? Here it is. Okay. She's not straight no more, so I'm going to make her straight. Okay, that's pretty smooth now. But I'm going to make it real smooth. That edge has got to start right past that painted lip. These are right at 0.250, okay? So now if I just do this with 220,
Bob's thumb.
and I'll get a little bit of chamfering on that little side. And now the green pad, I'm taking probably a half to 1,000 off of that, which is fine. See how nice and clean that is?
Hang on.
The only thing left to do to this is to run the little tiny round file through it and take the inside edges off both sides.
Little burrs out of there.
Yeah, well, I hold a file in my hand and go like this. You know what I mean? Before I put them in.
Hang on.
Right.
I had it all zoomed in.
Okay.
Didn't catch any of that. Do it
Okay,
again.
I would just hold a file in my hand, like say this was a little file, but it's not. And I would just turn this like that, and then I would turn it around and do the other edge. But that's how these are made. And
Now there's 4 of
now there's 4.
doubles.
And it will
Let's see.
take a while. I'm going to sand that one a little more. It'll take a while to equal 6. I don't want these real shiny. I want them just looking like a machined tiny little part. So the paint comes right up to them. And then, you know, the ferrule's in there and the string ball.
So there's no
right
bare
through.
wood or edge of finish to worry about.
Well, it's like an original recessed Fender thing, but way small. Those are huge. They're 3/8, and all the tone is needed in how deep you go, not how wide you are at the surface, with nothing but the lip making contact with the body. 3/4 of this thing is hammered down in there with this, like literally the hole slammed into the guitar. So that's a solid fit. And then once that's in there, and the guitar's all wet sanded on its last coats, then I take one of these. And
Plug up the rest of the wood.
I get it started just like that and put a little block of wood, tap it down till it's level, and that's it. Then they're done.
Cool.
Those are mine ferrules. They're a pain in the arse, but
So it takes greater than 10 or so minutes to make each one because you made one.
I don't know how long it took.
Well, the video's now at 13 minutes and change.
Okay. There's no need showing me make another one then.
No, everybody wants to see you make a whole bunch.
And you know, and the worst part is it's Sunday and I'm doing this shit on a Sunday. I need to take some.
Gonna go take El Kabong for a ride?
Maybe.
We should.
I want to get at least 2 sets made, and then we could do that. I'm just gonna touch this edge off. Okay.
Alrighty. Maybe you ought to sign off then.
Sign off. Peace out.
Bye, y'all.